President Trump answering more questions in, say, 20 minutes that Joe Biden did in 4 years, and cogently, I might add. Yep. What do you think, Dana? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's smart for him to continue talking because this will penetrate, it will get through, and then however you get your news, whether it's here or on your phone or however you're getting it, you're going to get this news. And so I think him answering the questions is very good. He did say he's willing to negotiate on tariffs. I think that there's already starting to happen. I just read that Argentina has called and said maybe we'll be the first zero tariff country. So maybe that is happening, and I think all of us can hope that. I mentioned before, I do think that the permanent tax cut situation is very important. The Senate is going to vote on that this weekend, and they need the president's push, and he's already putting his shoulder behind it. Is that what you say in sports? But I would also add this, that one thing that's frustrating is that Democrats, all of a sudden, they say they're concerned about the farmers. But for the last 4 years under Biden, they approved everything that they wanted to do against farmers. All of the regulations, all of the fuel costs, soil and fertilizer regulations, the waters of the United States, the Clean Air Act. They spent nearly $2 trillion in economic burdens on climate change, which really directly affected farmers. I'm concerned about the farmers, too, but I was concerned about them then. All of a sudden, they're concerned about the farmers. I don't think that's a constituency that they can get back, saying that they're upset about tariffs. In the first Trump administration, there was $23 billion of federal taxpayer money had to go to farmers because of tariff policy that took away their markets for the time. Now, I asked the SBA administrator, could that happen for small businesses as well? Of course, they don't want to have to do that. Maybe it all works out in the end. But for Democrats all of a sudden to say that they are concerned about the farmers is a lot to swallow.
So Jesse Trump has 401k. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
The Trump organization has a very generous benefits package.
Yes. How would you know that?
It's a great company, Greg. Some would say it's the best company around. So he basically said every country in the world is called.
Yeah.
And this is what this is all about. So why do they have full access to our market and we have limited access to their markets? What are we getting out of that? So we have to make sure we get a good return on that. Luckily, energy prices are going down. And this shouldn't affect food prices because we only import 15% of our food. We're very self-sufficient in food. So core inflation, food and energy, should not go up because of these tariffs. And his argument is he's not creating a recession. He's saving the country from a recession because of this incredible amount of job loss, incredible amount of manufacturing loss over the year, and then Biden driving up rates, driving up debt. The country had to be saved from going over a cliff, and this is one of the silver bullets. The other one is tax and regulation relief that can't come soon enough.
Harold, did you hear anything just now that made you feel good or
I'll
tingle?
start with the positive. I heard him say that he's willing to negotiate with other countries. That was a different song they sang yesterday, and even some of his advisors today, so that's a positive. Hopefully the market will take that. Second, I still can't quite for the life of me understand how today was a success. The president says the tariff operation is over. I hope that is indeed the case because we lost $3 trillion of value in our own market. It's different when you say, but hold on, it's different when you say we punished the rest of them and we're now going to negotiate with them because we want to save them. We punished ourselves in the process. 3, what jobs are we actually trying to get back from these nations? You look at the manufacturing supply chains there. Many of those jobs are lower paying jobs. That doesn't mean we don't want them here, but I would imagine instead of fighting down or looking backwards, we should be fighting to create jobs to help us build and repair the next generation of robots, defense munitions and defense equipment, the next generation of pharmaceuticals. 3, you talked a lot on this show, Greg, and I agree with you. And we're going to tell you about too fast moving towards an energy economy that is too green. Democrats want to do it, green economy right away and forget oil. You can't do the tariff thing the president's doing and this kind of abrupt jolt to our economy and not realize that you're going to impact people and prices negatively. Coffee prices and food prices did go up today, Jesse. We saw on our network, we were interviewing people across the country who were paying more for goods in different places. Finally, as I said, I'm rooting for the president on this, but I will remind everyone, there were only a handful of countries today who were not affected by these tariffs, and one of them was Russia.
And the only country that I'm worried about is the United States. And I really am not concerned about the other countries. The president has always been willing to negotiate. That's who he is. It's not like these tariffs were set in stone. We knew from the get-go that this was about a negotiation. That's number one. Number two, the monies in the stock market are going to come back.
Always
Okay.
does.
They always come back. Okay. And, for all those people having a panic attack, don't look for the next few weeks. Number three, when the president started talking about pharmaceuticals and tariffs, it meant just what I was talking about on the first round, that we've got to recognize that we have to manufacture that stuff here. And finally, I think one of the interesting things that's happening is that the American manufacturers, General Motors, is now hiring more employees to make more trucks. They're now improving overtime. This is just within the last few hours. And Ford is now telling Americans, you want to buy a vehicle? We'll give all of you our employee prices. Everybody is a part of this. Everybody's going to make this happen. Just wait.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.